I was like a retail marketing director, was, zooming out. We get so granular sometimes that we don't often pull back and say, what outside of my organization and my sales team handling leads, et cetera, what are potential other factors that could be impacting our results? And the question to you both is, people often ignore layering in things like not just what tactics are maybe performing better than the other, like CTV, like you mentioned, Sarah, but also national news, seasonality, politics, et cetera. Why is that so important? And what are things that maybe people can really, like some examples people can look at of how those things affect us?
Yeah, I'm happy to start on that. And I think one of the easiest ways to explain why it's so important is when you are trying to target an audience who's ready to buy your product, you're not the only advertiser who wants that person, right? So I could tell you that today, hi, I'm Jackie Papalier. I am in market for a new pot for my plants. I would like to buy some new bones for my dog. And oh, by the way, I am shopping for a new vehicle. Well, that means that any advertiser who's selling pots, they're selling bones, or they're selling vehicles are all trying to reach me. So there's a competition out there. And, a lot of times you are looking at the results and you're saying, hey, wait, why is my cost per click so high? Why is this cost so high? And it's not because the media is not necessarily working. It's because there are many advertisers, there's many companies that are trying to get that impression in front of you. And so I think just knowing that and having that understanding of how that works, it's a great conversation to have and to be open about.
Absolutely. Sarah, did you want to jump into that?
Yeah, something to add is, in terms of budget optimization and re-optimization, like layering in the basics of seasonality, you know what I mean? Like not expecting every month to outpace itself, truly having a realistic view of just how your business paces throughout the year in general. And I think that goes to say that, you shouldn't just be having like tunnel vision looking at marketing data alone. While we talk so much about data and how it's important and how we can track back to the individual channel, that's awesome. That should be evaluated, but that should also be evaluated along with your sales data. So, we should have an understanding what's going on at the business level and at the marketing level and kind of marry those two together. So even from a local business perspective, like I'm not going to treat their entire local market the same exact way. There's specific zip codes that they crush it in, and there's specific zip codes that they need to protect against their competitor. And not only am I going to adjust budgets differently there, but I'm also going to change my messaging there. So again, it's not just even like the national or the political or seasonality. It's almost as basic as just looking at your own business data that you already have to help you make those decisions.
Absolutely. Tim, I didn't know if you wanted to add something into there.
Well, I mean, I think that Jackie and Sarah bring up a couple good points. Especially around like the competition for like your time and attention. Like, I've heard that, a lot of people have phrased it that we're in like an attention economy now where, as advertisers, we're almost like, trading pork bellies as time and attention now. Right. And like, there really is some truth to that because we are, competing against, you're competing against Walmart or Amazon or Jenny's flower shop down the street. Like everybody is trying to, garner that time and attention. And I think, especially probably heading into next year where there's going to be a lot of political spending in the market. Like you probably need to think through like, where is my message going to be? And what also potentially could be alongside of my message so I can try to like break through that clutter because there's a lot of noise in the market. And then like the other thing I would add on is that, we so often see that, there's one or two metrics that maybe a client is really focused on, and they could be like some online vanity metric that really doesn't have like a downstream impact on sales. Like when I think back to like the early days of Google, and, everyone was so focused on like, I want the lowest cost per click. And, really that's like it's not a great metric, because you can buy a click for, 15 cents, but if it doesn't convert, then it doesn't matter. Like, to me, I'm looking for the highest quality audience, and I'm willing to pay a premium for that audience if I know I can bring my message forward and really connect with those consumers that are ultimately going to buy my product. And then if I can measure my media in a way that shows that my media mix is performing and ultimately measuring to a sale that's driving business impact, that's really where we see the market going. Amazon built our business around e-commerce and being able to understand that consumer landscape. And now we're starting to see the same thing with partners and businesses that don't sell on Amazon, right? So similar kind of path.